All right, this is the Science Committee, and this is our quarterly review video. We're going to kind of talk about some things that we did this quarter and a look ahead to our next quarter, just some different things that we've been coming up with and that we've been creating that's going to go along with our InduStar standard. That standard is instructional teams will develop standards aligned units of instruction for each grade and subject area. So our main focus this quarter was getting everything prepared for the science fair. Now the science fair doesn't take place until April. However, there's a lot of work that goes into it behind the scenes before we get to that date. Last year at East Gardner, this was the first year that we did the science fair. We had a great turnout. Lots of awesome projects that were done. Parents that showed up. We had all the students that day that got to see their projects in action. So this year we want to make it even better, and we want to tweak some things that were a little bit lacking last year. So the first thing that we kind of want just to show and just to say what we've worked on and tweaked has been our parent letter. And a big thing from last year is that a lot of students were turning in their projects the day of or even the night of, and they weren't being judged or they weren't having a chance to be seen by the whole school. And so we really want to make sure that this year that all students get a chance for their projects to be seen and judged. So here's kind of our parent letter. We do have it in English and Spanish. We really want our Spanish speakers to also have a chance to engage in this, and we know that it takes parent help for our younger grades. So we really want to make sure our expectations are clear on what needs to be done to make a successful science fair project. So this is just kind of the letter stating that if we have students that turn this in by a certain date in February, we are going to provide our students with a trifold. That will help them organize the information that they have, and it will help them kind of get a template for what their project needs to look like in the very end of their project. And so a couple other things that we have talked about, we definitely want to do some really cool prizes this year. We've talked about doing like some gift cards. We've talked about maybe even getting like some V-Bucks if we can do that for the Fortnite fans out there. We want every single child to get like a medal, and we want them to get recognized. So we want to have kind of this different rewards for grades 3-5 and then grades K2 and then an overall winner. We're going to be doing different categories, creativity, most innovative, different things like that, so that all students have a chance to either get a prize or have a chance just to get that medal and be really proud of the work that they've accomplished. So we're going to take a look at just some of the requirements that we want. We noticed that last year the packet that we gave, it was kind of confusing, to be honest, with the different things that we put in there. We put a lot of information and we didn't give parents a focus on exactly what needs to be done. So this year we're going to use this checklist. We've got 6 things that are right here that are must-haves. And in the packet that we give students, we are going to make this piece of paper different colored just so that it stands out, and we're going to say these are must-haves on your project. Statement of purpose, hypothesis, materials, procedure, data results, conclusion, and then it even gives a photo here of what it could look like if they do it on a trifold. Now, we are encouraging teachers. We are encouraging all teachers to do a project with their students. We think that that'll gauge interest with the students, and it'll give them even a better template of what needs to be done. These can be simple. It doesn't need to be anything outside and creative out of the box. It can be right along with their unit that they're doing, or you can even revisit a project that you've done in the past, just going over what these things are. So a student says, procedure, what do you mean by that? And so we can give them the tools that they need to be successful. So we're also going to provide with the students just some ideas. So we know that sometimes it's like, I can't really even get started. I don't know where the place is for us to get started or what to even think about doing. So we kind of have some question stems, and we know that for our students, and we talked about them to be successful, we need to give them question stems in class to answer questions, and question stems if people come in and ask them questions. We still want that with the science fair. So question stem example could be, what is the effect of temperature on a piece of meat, right? That could be something that they do, and they can kind of pick and choose from there. Now, we're going to have some students that are just going to take it. They're already going to know what they want to do. They're going to boom, 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 boom. They're going to get it done. It's going to be perfect. But we want to give the other students that might not be able to think of something on their own a chance to really dive into these different stems and different things that we're going to provide. So we're going to provide a lot of other information with those students, not only with the packet, but other things as well. So we are going to be giving more information when we get closer to the science fair night, just for kind of staff help. And if you can come out and support, that would be great. But that was just kind of our wrap up for what we did this quarter for our review, and then kind of what we're looking forward to next quarter. Thanks from the Science Fair Committee.